This thing that is sounding in the back is a young Rinpoche chanting the Mani mantra, which is the mantra of the Bodhisattva of compassion, the Chenresi or the Avalokiteshvara. It's this Buddha that is here. That's one of the forms. So the offering of light is offered to either to one's awareness or to the deity in any form that one wants. But one of the beautiful forms is as a deity of compassion, as the compassion itself. So, okay, so I'm going to mute everybody, and we're going to start. Again, if you need the text because you don't have the text that we're going to use, it's in the chat. I'll post it again. Sometimes I think if you, let me see, I'm just copying and pasting. Yeah. I think if you come up to the call after the chat was put, something was put in the chat, it doesn't have it. So, okay. So this mantra, the Mani mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum Hrimi, basically says salutations, reverence, homage, prostrations to the jewel that shines within the heart of all beings. It's a very beautiful mantra. It's probably the mantra of mantras. Mani means jewel, okay? Padme means lotus, which represents the heart. Mani Padme Hum, and Hum is this brilliance of awareness that is the expression both of compassion and of the magic of life. So this is a very beautiful mantra. Let me close these things. Everybody can hear me, obviously, so I'm going to remove my headphones. Something funny happens when I remove my headphones. I feel that you don't hear me. It's kind of funny. But so you can hear me anyway. Okay. Just as a side note, I don't know what you see on your screen. You have an option. If you just want to see me on the video, you can just click pin on my video. And if you want to see everybody else, you can put gallery. So you figure that out. I have it in, I'm seeing everybody. So I get a sense of all of you. So welcome. We're here together to celebrate the offering of light. The solstices are in terms of energetics within the earth, in terms of energetics as human beings, the solstices are probably two of the most important dates. Obviously, every day is important, and every day is the day we are living. But in terms of the conditions that surround us, obviously the sun is it's a very powerful source of life and energy, and the solstices have to do with the perceived movement in the sky in which the sun actually reaches one point of extension and changes direction completely in the opposite direction in terms of the sunrise and the sunset. It's a beautiful, I always mention it, it's very beautiful if you have the ability to follow the sun path for a year, either from your window or whatever. Years ago when I lived in Spain, I had access to the top floor, I don't know how you call that in English, the top of the building, and I could see 360 degrees. So for a year, every day pretty much, I tried to go up there and see the sunrise. The sunset, I was not there many days, but so it was incredible, because the sun actually, for the latitude that we are here, exactly like Barcelona, it does have an angle of pretty much almost 60 degrees difference that where it sets or where it rises. So it's a very big movement of the sun. Okay. So the main thing to know in terms of the solstices is that it's a very powerful time for to start or to refresh one's personal project, because the sun completely reverses direction. So the sun every day has been going in one direction in terms of the sun rises or sunset, and then it stops and completely reverses direction. So by using the inertia of the sun, we can activate any kind of process of transformation that we want, and it's not just us mentally, trying to make it through something. Now you have, the energy of the sun, which is a lot of energy. Okay, so specifically this year, a lot of people are talking about this conjunction of several planets and the entering into Aquarius. Somebody was asking me if I could say something about this. I have no idea. So that escapes. I have no. So I'm sure you can Google these things. What I can tell you is, like, basically the solstices are extremely important for two reasons. One of them is because of this reversal of energy that happens, that we can use for our personal benefit to transform and to give either a new direction or to use that, whatever direction we had in our life that is good, to give it that extra juice. And then also because it has a lot to do with the birth of one's own teacher. This is why the solstice is so close to the birth of Jesus. You would say Jesus' birth, December 24th at night, or astrologically, it doesn't seem that it's possible. Astronomically, in terms of, it seems that Jesus actually, if the astronomers that have studied the Bible think that it was either in April or June. It was, there's different dates. But the putting the birth of Jesus around this date, it really has to do with the birth of one's teacher, which represents the birth or the connection, the deepening of one's relationship with one's own awakened awareness. Okay, this is very, very important. So these are basically the two things that you want to keep in mind. So I made a couple of notes here, so I will not go all over the place. Yeah. Oh yeah, so in terms of the solstice, a patient sent me a letter. I was going to read it, and then I think it was too touchy, the letter, so I thought maybe if I read it I'm going to start crying, so I don't want to start crying right at the beginning. Towards the end it's okay, but not at the beginning. So she sent me a letter. This was a patient that I treated her mother maybe 15 years ago or something. Brooke and I lived here with Ariana a few months back in 2005, and I treated some people in Royal Oak. And one lady brought her mother, and her mother was going through lung cancer at the time. She was stage 4. Unfortunately, there was not much to do, just to support her. And she still spent a few months, and we got to bond very much. I was treating her pretty much every day. It was beautiful to treat her and see, somebody going through the process of dying with so much grace and so much joy. It was exquisite. And for that, I'm extremely grateful. So her daughter sent me a letter. The other day, she sent me a letter that she found that she had written to me years ago and she never sent. So she sent it the other day. And it was in memory of her mother about the Advent. So what happens, she said that her mother started celebrating Advent going towards Christmas since Thanksgiving, and she was explaining the process in the letter of what her mom did, and it was a reflection of her, of how to approach Christmas. And it was very beautiful because it was, they lived in a farm somewhere here in Michigan, not far from here. And, we're talking about maybe 60 years ago or something like this. And so it was the process of how this woman, the older person who passed away, my client, approached Christmas. So for a month she prepared to what she called to have a clean slate. So she cleaned all the closets. The letter was very beautiful. It was explaining how meticulous she was, cleaning all the silverware, all the pots, all the linen, ironing everything, and she would ask these questions to her daughter every day. What is it that you have to forgive? What is it that you have to return? What is it that you have to pay back? So it was her way really to prepare herself to encounter the inner teacher, okay, to encounter her own, the beauty of her own being, which is what the inner teacher represents. It's not, there's really no Jesus out there, there's no Buddha out there, okay? So it was very beautiful to get this letter, and very meaningful because it was these days, and to honor someone that I had seen passing. I was at the hospital, and then I went to her funeral, and there was a very close relationship for months. So the beauty of the solstice is that if you prepare yourself, the sun, the energy of the sun is going to carry you with it. If you prepare yourself, the inner teacher is going to take you with him or with her. If you close the cycles, what she explained in the letter, we have discussed many other times in terms of closing cycles. So closing cycles to free energy that is trapped in in emotions or in patterns or in arguments that one has with others, or things that you have to return, or money that you have to pay back, whatever it is. But the way she put it, I have really never thought about it. It was extremely beautiful. Is how she prepared to meet the birth of Jesus. So I thought it was extremely beautiful, exquisite, and so it was something that I wanted to convey with you, like how these dates, this time, is not just one moment in time. It's like this period of time, this 1 week, 2 weeks around Christmas. It's really about the birth of one's awareness as one's teacher, or even the birth as one's external teacher, and how one relates to that. So that has a lot to do with the solstice. And then that's extremely beautiful, isn't it? You have to nod now, there's no other option. It's mandatory, you have to say yes. I thought it was exquisite. I could imagine these lady, and just so faithfully, with so much devotion, so much faith in one's teacher. And in our tradition, one has to find a teacher that is at that level, and one can have that kind of faith. But that's really what bridges everything else. And one has faith on one's teacher, either external teacher or internal teacher. The external is an embodiment of the internal, because the teacher presents two main qualities. Okay, there's really two main qualities, and they go together. They go hand in hand. It's not you cannot separate them. The same way when we pray, we use both hands. Yeah? So the first quality of the teacher, the first quality that inspires us, that gives us faith on the teacher, a devotion on the teacher, on his teachings, is the presence of unconditional love. Is this presence is this being there of a person who can love without conditions, that is not that has not an agenda other than your own well-being, and that your own awakening, and that your own path. So that's one of the main, one of the two main qualities. The other main, or an aspect of that main quality is what we call, so in more of a technical term, sometimes we call a non-conceptual, spontaneous compassion for all beings. So that basically means the same thing, that one has, it's a love within one's heart there is the jewel that we call the money, the jewel, which is the wish fulfilling jewel, where it's spontaneous. One really doesn't have to do anything. It's not something that is forced. It's not something that is intellectual. It's just there's this profound love, for all beings and for their wish for them to be well, and therefore one just wants to be of service. And that's really the kind of quality that one is searching in one's teacher, so one can mimic that, because we don't, at least I need that kind of reference, because that might be not something that comes so spontaneous, So along with that, okay, which is one hand, comes the other hand, okay, when we put hands in prayer, okay, so we have two hands. So one is this hand of unconditional love. The other one is this aspect of the teacher, which is this unconditional wisdom, this fundamental wisdom, okay? So we have the unconditional love and we have the fundamental wisdom. Fundamental wisdom is this aspect of our awareness to perceive things in their own nature. At our own level, we start perceiving beyond judgment, okay, for example. But gradually, as our awareness expands and at the same time roots more in the central channel, it develops into a very, very profound insight of what is it that is this thing that we perceive, Years ago, I was in India and I was visiting one of my teachers, Marcin Koski, some of them you know him. And he played music, so I was at his house, and he plays sitar, so he was playing and sweating, and he has this very physical body, sweating a lot, and wiping his forehead, and making all this incredible music. And then at some point he stopped, and he looked at me, peaceful, like very profound, and he said, "What is this thing that we perceive? What is this whole thing that we are perceiving?" Okay. So this is the other quality of the teacher, to point out to you that what we are perceiving, that what our senses are telling us, is just a very superficial layer of what we call reality or what we call life. Okay? So the teacher is able to, this kind of profound teacher, that we have this ability to connect more towards Christmas, because it's the light has gone to its deepest aspect, has these two main characteristics, So one of them is this unconditional love, this ability to love without judge, this ability to love without agenda, this ability to love just because there's tenderness in one's heart. And at the same time, it's a love that doesn't destroy you internally because the world is difficult. It's actually a love that supports your ability to develop insight, to perceive things in their nature. Okay. So this is really what the solstice offers potential for, and it's from these two characteristics that we can both renew or redefine, restart our personal project, and at the same time heal the heart of the world, because unless we aim to unfold this kind of love towards ourselves and towards others in a way that doesn't really ache so much, it's going to be very difficult, because the world is always going to be very painful, and we're just going to want to run away and hide because things are so difficult, But at the same time, when we can just perceive things and realize that this is just beautiful display of contrast, which, it's like if you are at the movies, so there's this light that is shining from behind you, okay? And this light is going into the screen, and the screen, before there's images, it's just a screen, which is in a sense your mind, is this pure boundless space that has no really characteristics or no preferences. And then the light, it's always pure, but then there's this slides that are going through the light, like depending on 24, 50, whatever a second. Okay, so it's just images that are going through the light, and then the image is being created. So the offering of light as a practice for the solstice is a practice where we really aim at turning away our image, our senses from the screen or from the actual images, and we are turning our light, our senses, our perception towards the light itself. Does that make sense? This is a practice that we've been doing yearly, every year, for many years now. I put together this practice many years ago, and I started doing it in Barcelona, and we've been doing it here, and it's really one of my most favorite practices. I love it to do it, especially in this beautiful day, because quite a bit of you, we've been practicing together for some time, so I'm just going to be explaining from a point of view that I think that you can all understand what I'm saying. Okay? Are we good? This practice really aims at explaining or at helping us shine some light, pun intended here, into this. In the Bible, Jesus very beautifully says, "You are the light of the world." So this whole thing is aimed at just giving us a sense, a direction to understand really that, and to how to rejoice in our lives from that. So the offering of light. Know this offering of light to be the means of attaining the supreme state, the way which leads to heaven. Hidden in the hearts of the wise, it is the support of the universe. The Upanishads are some very beautiful texts that come at the end of some of the Vedas. They are some very ancient Indian texts. Specifically, the Katha Upanishad is very beautiful to read for anybody. It's very, very beautiful. It just gives the Vedic, like the older philosophical understanding in India of what is it that life and death are. So this is really worth to read. I've been reading this quote for years now. It's just so beautiful. Know this offering of light. So in this case, this offering of light means know this research on what is it that your perception is. Know this research on what is it that your senses are. Know this research into what is it that you are perceiving, into who is the perceiver, to be the means of attaining the supreme state. So the supreme state is the state of an awakened, loving heart. Okay? The supreme state is the state of one's teacher, the state where compassion and wisdom have united. The way which leads to heaven, okay, that supreme state, hidden in the hearts of the wise. So the wise, it has nothing to do with intellect, it has nothing to do with academical knowledge. Here the wise are the awakened ones, are the ones who are able to live their lives from this unconditional love and this wisdom. It is the support of the universe. So to to the hearts of the wise, which are, our teachers. We pray, please shower us, grant us your blessings, so we can tread, so we can traverse this path with clarity, so we can be of benefit to others and enjoy our lives. And then these words also from the Gospels, rivers of living life will flow from his heart, from one's heart, okay, from her heart. So through this offering, one enters, or one gradually, temporarily, or more permanently, is able to enter into a state where one's heart is just flowing with rivers of living life. And wherever one goes, verbally, non-verbally, physically, non-physically, one just becomes a joy for others. One just becomes of service. One just becomes a healer. And that's truly exquisite. So then we are the light of this world. So I'm going to skip all the introduction that you can read. That just gives you the background for the practice. But the main thing here today is to practice together. So we are in page 5. Bring your attention to the present moment. Whatever you are, just be present, feel present there. And take 3 breaths. Observe your breath coming in and coming out. This is called arriving to oneself. Imagine you've been going places and suddenly you arrive to yourself. Your attention turns to yourself, to your breath, to your physical body, to the space where you are. It's almost like this cozy moment where at the end of the day you just put your pajamas and you go to your sofa or to your bed or something and you just feel just so comfy. So it's like that, but with your own awareness. So there's really this sensation of, oh, here I am. It's really nice. And your mind feels very nice, very open, very at ease. And then block the right nostril. We'll do a very short purifying breathing. Block the right nostril and inhale through the left. And then rest the hand on the knee. And then block the left nostril and exhale through the right. And now inhale, keep blocking the right and inhale through the left and inhale through the right again. And then blocking the left nostril, the right nostril, exhale through the left. And now inhale through both nostrils. Down into the abdomen, hold the breath, and exhale up the center of the body and out the crown. And with a sense of inner joy, feel the preciousness of this moment, the preciousness of your desire to connect with yourself, the preciousness of the circumstances that you are having to be able to do this. And if you have a candle, if it's not lit, you can lit it now. Be careful, do not, make sure everything is safe. And bring your hands to in prayer, and we're going to read this homage. So the offering of light, we're obviously offering light to consciousness itself in the form of our divine teacher or a divine healer, or God, Jesus, Mary, whatever the divine is represented for you. So we'll read this prayer 3 times. Namo Gurave. We're in page 5. Salutations to the one who shines in its own glory, within and around all and everything, everywhere present, fully content and at peace. Salutations to the all-pervading consciousness, to the great universal teacher, protector and healer, source of all unconditional love, wisdom, joy and abundance. Salutations to the divine light, dwelling as the heart of all beings, the one that wears the sky itself as its garment, and in whom all this universe exists. Namo Gurave means salutation. Namo means salutation or reverences. Gurave means the teacher, one's teacher. Jesus can be the teacher, the Buddha, whatever it is that, whatever your teacher is in your heart. Salutations to the one who shines in its own glory, within and around all and everything, everywhere present, fully content and at peace. Salutations to the all-pervading consciousness, the great universal teacher, protector and healer, source of all unconditional love, wisdom, joy and abundance. Salutations to the divine light, dwelling as the heart of all beings, the one that wears the sky itself as its garment, and in whom all this universe exists. So read one more by itself for yourself. This is a homage, this is a salutation, a way to express reverences to the one consciousness that pervades all the universes, all your body, all your cells, all the cells, There's one single divine consciousness. So then rest in silence for a minute. Both in great reverence and in great awe. Realizing that every action, every word, every thought, every experience, every memory, every event, everything It's happening within this consciousness, from within this consciousness, pervaded by this consciousness. And there's no place that that consciousness is not present. It's as present within your cells as it is in the sun, or is in the moon, or any galaxy. It is as present in your sleep, or your deep sleep, as it is in this waking reality. So therefore, to awaken our pure potentiality, to gear our personal project, we invite this energy, we salute this energy into our life, this awareness. In Spain, right next to my clinic, when I had my clinic in Barcelona, in Las Ramblas, there was a very beautiful church where I used to go to Mass there, Catholic church from the 11th century. There was this beautiful image, one of the first chapels entering on the right, there was this image of Virgin Mary where she was holding like a, how you call it in English, like this big shawl, like, she covers herself. So instead of covering herself, I mean, she was dressed, no naked Virgin Mary in Spain. Okay. But so as she was dressed, her arms were stretched and her shawl was open, and the inside of the shawl was the sky. It had all these beautiful little stars. Okay. So that made reference to this. Imagine the one consciousness, the one reality that is present everywhere, within and around everything. Okay. That wears the sky itself as its garment. So this is your awareness, this is your consciousness, this is your pure potentiality. So like any other practices that we do, the key to our practice is the motivation. Okay, so here still in page 5, the root of the offering of light is generating a deep sense of love for all beings. We wish them to be happy. We wish them to be free of suffering. So our practice, you cannot, let's say, we cannot experience what is it to be the one that wears the sky as its garment, and at the same time be completely attached to our sense of I-ness. Okay? So even if for a moment we have to just kind of soften and cultivate this altruistic motivation. So in page 6 we have these verses. So that all sentient beings and myself can awaken to and enjoy our divine nature, we are going to practice the offering of light. May this practice help all without exception develop greater mental clarity and discover happiness and virtuous actions of body, speech and mind. So again, this is a prayer, or this is like these are some verses of motivation for our practice, so that all sentient beings together as one family can attain both the state of unconditional love and the state of deeper insight. Okay, this greater mental clarity, this is what it means, insight. So we can read the next verses. May all beings have true happiness and the real causes of lasting happiness, loving kindness, compassion and wisdom. May all beings be free of suffering and the causes of suffering, anger, hatred, attachment, ignorance, rejection. May all beings always enjoy the supreme happiness which knows no jealousy. May all beings remain in boundless equanimity, free from both attachment to close ones and rejection to others. May all illnesses that affect the minds and bodies of beings be spontaneously healed, and may they never arise again. So this is summarized as may all beings be happy. In order to generate happiness for myself and others, I do what I do. I do the offering of light, I do the dishes, I go to work, I go to the store, whatever is it, may I generate benefit for others. Sorry, I have to make a phone call. No, just kidding. I'm going to put that on the music for the next practice. Santa is calling. Can you hear this? Can you hear a little bit? Okay. Okay, so we reflected on the meaning of the solstice, and then we realized that the qualities of the awakened mind is what we want to cultivate, is this unconditional love and this deeper insight into the nature of reality. We paid homage to the teacher, and out of that tenderness in our heart, we activated the motivation that we want to do this for the benefit of all sentient beings, close and far, friends and foes, everybody. So, to deepen our experience of our light, we are going to activate the light within the central channel. So our central channel, there's different systems, but the system we're going to use has 7 main energy centers. So each of those has a color and a light and a sound. So we are going to activate those. So this image and this flame, this light that you have in front of you, okay? So you can look at it, and then you are going to see it come into, the perineum, the different centers we're going to be doing. So for those of you who are new, I think a couple of you, maybe it's the first time that you're here, so we're going to chant each of the sounds 3 times. We'll go slowly and I'll explain. So we'll do Lam, and then we'll go like this. And the idea is that you can have your eyes, a little bit closed as you're doing it. You might need to look at the chart, and then you visualize the flame. Let's start with the perineum. So you smile deep into the earth, and then ascending from the earth, there's this beautiful red light that goes into the perineum, into the base of your body. And then there's this beautiful flame, like red color, is shining. Okay. It's giving you this sense of grounding, this sense of safety, this sense of stability. This red color, the sound is Lam. So we're going to do this sound 3 times. Okay. So inhale. Lam. Keep feeling the sound vibrating in the area. And so the sound comes and you So you do the sound, and then as you do the M, like feel like even more the vibration expanding through the area. So again, visualize the red color ascending into your perineum. Inhale. And once more, inhale. And all the energy channels that are connected to that center, vibrating, your body vibrating with this beautiful red surrounding. Activating the desire, the potential for feeling grounded, feeling safe in this reality, feeling stable. And then smiling into the earth, and this ascending orange light now between the navel and the pubic bone, like in the lower abdomen. There's this beautiful small orange flame that is radiating this beautiful orange. The sound is going to be VAM, okay? This is the light that within our system helps us establish a harmonious relationship with oneself, with others, okay? That gives us the curiosity to explore the world in a way that is healthy. So inhale this beautiful orange. Again. And again. Smile deep into the earth and visualize this or feel this beautiful yellow ascending into the area both of the navel and the solar plexus. Energetically, this is an area where we connect with our sense of enthusiasm, sense of clear vision. This corresponds to the fire element. And strengthening this area is very healing for those of us who might have a lot of need for external approval. When the fire element is internally balanced, our need for external approval greatly diminishes, and we feel very satisfied personally, which makes us be more loving and supportive of others. So smile into this yellow. Inhale. And in the silence, keep feeling this sound vibrating internally. Beautiful yellow flame in the navel and in the solar plexus. You can do either, whatever you prefer. smiling into these flames, energy ascending from the earth. Inhale. In the winter solstice, the fire element has gone, to its depth, to the depth of the darkness. That's what's the darkest night, or the longest night of the year. So we're awakening the inner fire through these flames with the different qualities to cultivate being deliberate about the new path that starts from today, tomorrow, to the next summer solstice in 6 months. Once more, beautiful flames expanding. After the sound completes, try to be very steady and just let the mind rest. And then smile deep into the earth, and beautiful green, emerald green ascending into the center of the chest, into the heart. And here we connect with this desire to be loved, but even more, maybe better worded as the ability of express love, okay? Connect with unconditional love and be able to self-fulfill. Here the sentence was too short. Means to be able to fulfill oneself this need to feel loved. And also something very important, the first 3 centers relate to the I, me, okay? Then is it at the level of the heart where we start moving from the I into the we. So beautiful green light, this beautiful flame in the heart radiating. And the sound I-am. Okay? Inhale. And here you can start imagining all the members of your family, the ones you know, the ones you don't know, past, present, future. Also with all these lights within them, rejoicing in this practice, participating of this practice. Beautiful light radiating from their hearts, feeling fulfilled, feeling the sense of self-love. Feeling the safety of feeling love, and therefore being able to participate in the world from that sense of one's love, instead of from the sense of one's lack. So visualizing this beautiful light radiating in you, in your whole family. Inhale. And once more, inhale. And let the sense of joy, which is the natural emotion of the heart, express itself freely. all members of your family, all beings without exception, awakening this joy and letting this joy vibrate within their being. And then smiling deep into the earth, and visualizing this beautiful turquoise into the throat. Using our voice to be of service to others, to be of service to the community. Being able to clearly voice what's in our heart in a clear, loving communication that makes us feel satisfied and that is of benefit to others. So visualize this beautiful turquoise flame in the center of the heart, radiating this turquoise light, and again, turquoise expanding from the throat. And once more, turquoise light expanding from our throat, giving us the ability, the courage, the clarity to express what we want to express in a way that allows us to move forward in life in a way that is enjoyable for us and of benefit for others. So inhale. Smiling deep into the earth, and this beautiful indigo, dark blue color coming into the space in the center of the head, and radiating this beautiful indigo light from there. We'll do only one sound here. So inhaling, radiating beautiful dark blue. Awakening, strengthening our ability to perceive beyond appearances, to cultivate a true insight, true intuition, true in the sense that it has no personal agenda, that is for the benefit of ourselves as much as for the benefit of others. And then from the center of the earth ascends this Ah, and then once it reaches your feet or in the base of your body, turns into O, and then going out the crown becomes Om. Okay. And when it goes out the crown, it reaches this beautiful light above the head that showers us with rainbow color or purple color, pink, whatever it you visualize naturally. So inhale. Again. And once more. And feel your awareness descending back into your body. And feel your body exquisitely surrounded by this beautiful golden rainbow light. Internally, all these colors radiating, vibrating. All the elements vibrating at their finest potential. Healing your body, healing your emotions, healing your mind. Connecting with a sense of joy. And this is, sometimes we call this the armor, okay? So it's not an armor like a knight armor, but we have put on this armor of light and love, and now we proceed with the offering of light. So take a look to the flame that you have there burning. You know, we're about to offer that. So recognize it's brilliant. Recognize how the light expands, especially if you're in a place that is a bit dark or something. See how the nature of light is to expand, to reveal. You know, the word is to reveal, exactly. You know, to bring forth. And then recognize your ability to perceive it. You know, we are coming to a topic that is one of the most fundamental topics in any spiritual practice that has research consciousness, which is the aspect of what we call the three spheres, the union of the three spheres. So there's this light, and now you recognize, oh, I can perceive this. This is my perception perceiving this. Each of these words is very packed with meaning, but the capacity, your capacity to perceive, it's actually the true offering. Okay, so if you understand that right now, it's good. If not, just let it sit there. So as we read in the Upanishads at the bottom of page 7, the universal consciousness that is you and resides in your heart. You could say the universal consciousness that is me and resides in my heart, that I am and resides in my heart, needs no other light to illumine itself. It is self-luminous, it is pure, it is the light of lights. All material objects such as trees, rivers, houses, forests are illumined by the sun. But the light that illumines the sun is the light of your heart. The sun does not shine there, nor the moon, nor the stars, nor these lightnings, not the flames of the fire. When your heart shines, everything shines after it. By its light, everything is lighted. So you might have a flashlight, you might have this candle, you might have the sun, you know, the stars. All those things illumine things, but the thing that illumines those things is your own awareness, you know. And this is extremely profound. This is really the secret in the you know, kept in the heart of the wise, you know. Your awareness is, you know, the divine perceiving itself. So this points out to the union of the three spheres. So the three spheres are the one who perceives, the one who sees, the thing that is being seen, and the act of perceiving. Again, for some of you this might be easy to understand. For some of you might be saying, what is he saying? Doesn't matter, just let it be. But when the perceiver can realize that he or she is perceiving and the actual perception is one and the same, then he or he becomes one of the wise ones. And that's the true offering of light. To realize that your awareness, the light, the one that you're offering, it's all the divine. There's no the divine in you. There's no your perception in the candle. It's just all one single ground of existence. And this realization is very precious because then it carries into the dream state, it carries into the deep sleep state, it carries into the death state. The universal consciousness that is you, that resides in your heart, needs no other light to illumine itself. It is self-luminous, it is pure, it is the light of lights. All material objects such as trees, river, forests, houses are illumined by the sun, but the light that illumines the sun is the light of your heart. The sun does not shine there, nor the moon, nor the stars, nor these lightnings, nor the flames of the fire. When your heart shines, everything shines after it. By its light, everything is lit. And to me, this has a lot to do with, what we were mentioning earlier, like when Jesus, for example, says, "You are the light of this world." It's extremely exquisite. Like you are the consciousness. There's one consciousness. So then things become much easier. Realize how the light you're about to offer, the light that you're offering, is just an external expression of that infinite light that is your own consciousness. So the light of your awareness, the light of your senses, the light of your seeing, the light of your hearing, the light of your sensations, it's this fundamental ground that it's externally manifested by the by the light of a light bulb or the light of a flame. So we're actually, our awareness is the divine, and we're offering to it its light itself. Realize also that the light you're about to offer is an external expression of the infinite light that abides as the divine essence of all beings, of all life, without exception, those you like and those you dislike. All that, your consciousness, others' consciousness, your life, their lives, is one divine light. All one infinite ocean of being, diverse and unique, yet one and the same, one life, one heart, one love. And the more we can experience this realization, the deeper we can experience this realization, the easier day-to-day becomes in a way, because we realize that there's really no so much gain or so much loss. It's really all an expression of divine consciousness filtering itself through elements which are this divine consciousness itself. So then, even though as actors in a movie experience loss or gain, at the end of the day there's really no loss or gain. It's just this beautiful experiencing life with all its contrast. I mentioned earlier this morning, I was watching Harry Potter yesterday with my boys, and my wife and our dog too. And so Harry Potter, if you have not watched the movies, is this little boy that his parents were lost and dead. They were killed by another magician, you know. And so Harry Potter is this actor. In the movie, he's lost his parents, but in life, he's an actor, and whatever happened to his life. Okay, analogies are never perfect. Okay, you get it. So when our awareness, our consciousness, the light of our being is filtered through the elements, it manifests in a life where we seem to experience a lot of gain and a lot of loss and a lot of fear and a lot of hope. But the secret in the heart of the wise is to give up all fear and all hope, to give up all sense of gain or all sense of loss, to participate of the magical display. So this is the wisdom. This is the hand of the wisdom. Okay, that's the unconditional love. This is the teacher that is born in the solstice. This is in the Bible is very beautiful. When I think it's Philip, one of his disciples, is telling him, I need to go, my father has died, I need to go bury him. He tells him, forget about that, come with me, let the dead bury the dead. Okay? That's, I think, is the most puzzling, words in the New Testament. So the wisdom is able to perceive that. Okay? If we only have wisdom, it becomes cold, and then you say, whatever, I can do anything because it's all a dream. Okay? So we have the love. So we have the compassion, okay? And we have the wisdom. But the wisdom is essential. So to engage in life from the point of view of the wise, from the point of view of this offering of life, is to realize that actually there's no more gain or loss that you would have in a dream. Maybe you got a bad haircut in a dream, and you're suffering so much because your hair is so bad, and you have to go to this reunion, and your hair is such and such, and you wake up and say, oh, it was all a dream. There's no reunion, thanks Lord. Okay? So for the awakened ones, it's exactly like that. All this suffering, all this turmoil, all this, it just becomes like waking up of a dream. And then there's the joy of playing with the elements. You participate of the world with all this joy, but then the hope, the fear kind of diminish. Okay. So that's very important, because it's really the essence of our offering. It's not really just about redefining our personal purpose so we can have more money or a better job or a better car, because anything we accomplish, unless we are able to change the point of view, comes with more suffering. I mean, it's no like, just think of anything that is great in your life or has been great in your life, and think about it, and you'll realize that even as great as it was, it brought a lot of potentiality for worry that maybe you're worried about. So I encourage you to take this really to heart. This is so exquisite. The universal consciousness that is you and resides in your heart, this is very packed, because it's like you are this whole universal consciousness, and at the same time this universal consciousness has made itself just like a tiny spark, smaller than the smallest, in your heart. Okay? In Healing Now, in the my book, this second book, I imagine I hope most of you have it. It's a great book. If you don't have it, you should get it. And there's several practices. We'll start to work this a bit more, like the resting on the narrow gates, the seamless wave, the body of space. All these practices now will start really aim at that, at this realizing that this infinite consciousness is at the same time finite, and how to play with that interplay. And the offering of light is really this. When your heart shines, everything shines after it. By its light, everything is lighted. So visualize the deity in front of you, above you, in any form you want, or just simply a sun, or the universe. God in any form, the Buddha, whatever is it that you are offering, the light, the divine that you're imagining. And imagine the light that you're offering, imagine it multiplied as infinite number of lights, as many lights as atoms are in the universe. Each atom in the universe, around people, inside people, everywhere becomes one offering. One offering of love, one offering of joy, one offering of compassion, one offering of abundance. And the divine, in any form you want, is smiling back at you, very happy. You know, even if it's a sun, you can imagine a smile there, you know. It's completely thrilled. You know, it's like this mirror that is you, and you're reflecting on it. It's so happy. Then in the center of the universe of existence, with a pure motivation in your heart, your body radiating multicolored healing light, certain that at this very moment, in essence, all beings, starting with your family, are already fully awake. Read the following prayer with long, soft words. In my behalf and in behalf of all my family members, past, present, and future, I offer this pure light, so that its radiance transforms darkness and ignorance into wisdom and happiness without exception, everywhere and for all. I offer this pure light so that unconditional love awakens in all hearts, inspiring us to joyfully work together for the benefit of all. I offer this pure light so that we all have a healthy, peaceful, and abundant life, dedicated to enjoying the beauty of our inner true nature while in this world and beyond. Across all time and space, I offer this pure light, so every moment we live becomes an offering of loving wakefulness, our minds blazing with insight, aware that we are one with all that exists. In my behalf, in our behalf, and in behalf of all our family members, past, present, and future, we offer this pure light so that its radiance transforms darkness and ignorance into wisdom and happiness without exception, everywhere and for all. We offer this pure light so that unconditional love awakens in all hearts, inspiring us to joyfully work together for the benefit of all. We offer this pure light so that we all have a healthy, peaceful, and abundant life, dedicated to enjoying the beauty of our inner true nature while in this world and beyond. Across all time and space, we offer this pure light so every moment we live becomes an offering of loving wakefulness, our minds blazing with insight, aware that we are one with all that exists. So visualize these exquisite, infinite, all atoms in the universe transformed into this beautiful light that radiates these qualities. The qualities that you most cherish, the qualities that you most relish. Offered into the divine itself, into consciousness itself. With faith, with reverence, with devotion, with joy, with gratitude. And with the profound desire that this not only benefits all beings, but concentrates inside your personal project to move ahead to whatever it is that you want to continue your life with. And then we offer the light to the 4 types of guests. So this is like a little add-on here. So this light that you are offering, first we offer it to all the enlightened beings. You know, all our teachers in all forms. You know, it can be your school teachers, it can be your all teachers. You know. And then we offer it to what we call the protectors and the guardians, you know, to all the people who are at the service of others, you know, to the troops, to the police, to the, you know, to the firefighters, to all the doctors, to, you know, all the nurses. From all countries, from everywhere, from all universe, you know. We express our gratitude to them. And then we especially offer this. And the light is offered in a way that when it's transformed into whatever everybody needs the most. We don't know, we just offer the light, and because the light is blessed through our intention, it just transforms into whatever everybody needs. So we offer it to those that we have karmic ties that are, we call it the karmic creditors, you know, to those who owe things, or those we have some sort of beef, known or unknown, or there's you know, negative connections in our family with other people. So we make these offerings so all these connections are transformed into pure love too, and then everybody can go free. We can let go of patterns of harming each other that are stuck there unconsciously. So we make these offerings so all sentient beings can be rid of karmic debts. And then we just make a final offering to all beings of all realms of existence, from the deepest hells to the highest heavens. If within your mind there's maybe a little bit of doubt, you know, you say, oh yeah, these are big words, how is that going to happen? This is so because it's the treasure hidden in the heart of the wise. And in the heart of the wise there's no doubt. In our behalf and in behalf of all our family members, past, present, and future, we are offering this pure light, so that its radiance transforms darkness and ignorance into wisdom and happiness, without exception, everywhere and for all. We offer this pure light so that unconditional love awakens in all hearts, inspiring us to joyfully live together for our common benefit. We offer this pure light so that we all have a healthy, peaceful, and abundant life, dedicated to enjoying the beauty of our inner true nature while in this world and beyond. Across all time and space, we offer this pure light so that every moment we live becomes an offering of loving wakefulness, our minds blazing with insight, aware that we are one with all that exists. So this exquisite light that we are offering, multiplied as many atoms as are there in the universe, in all the universes, in front of each single being of all the categories of beings. Our body shining with light, with these rainbow colors radiating, surrounding us. So that's the mandala that we have built. That's the palace that we have created. So now imagine like all the lights melt into one infinite light. You can close your eyes here. I'll guide you through the visualization. And this beautiful light dissolves all sentient beings, dissolve, melt into this light. All universes, everything that exists, just transforms into this single unified light. And then the light surrounds your body, and starting from your toes starts also dissolving your body. Like your body from the toes to the knees dissolves, the light dissolving from the abdomen, dissolving your chest, your back, your arms, your head, dissolving your body. Now all that is left of you is the inner lights of the energy centers, the chakras radiating. And the light then continues, and from the bottom, like the red light dissolves into the orange dissolves into the yellow at the navel, the yellow dissolves into the green into the turquoise into the indigo into the purple. So all your inner lights have dissolved. All that is left is this beautiful flame. And from the bottom of this beautiful flame, the flame starts dissolving little by little, dissolving to its tip until the whole flame is gone. Nothing is left behind. And you just rest in meditation. And with a profound sense of joy, slowly you will open your eyes, as if you will open your eyes into this beautiful morning where the world comes into your awareness, as if coming out of a dream into another dream. So the world is here, your house is here, everything is here, but you realize it's just the expression of light itself. Look around and see how shiny everything is as an expression of your light. And really relish yourself, really feel this sense of pride for having put the time to practice, the time to make these very powerful, very profound aspirational prayers within the structure of our family. This is truly meaningful. And then to seal the result of our practice, to make it everlasting, we do the dedication of merit. We're in page 10. to dedication of merit. All the accumulated merit through this offering of light we dedicate to the immediate and surpassable awakening of all beings, especially my parents and those that I might have considered my enemies, those who have harmed me, and those who I might have harmed. By the merit of our practice, may the precious and sublime awakened mind arise where it has not yet arisen. Where it has arisen, may it never wane, but continue to increase forevermore. And we read the aspiration prayers. Peace in the heavens and across the earth, peace through the air and in the waters, peace in the plants and through the forest. Taking good care of them, peace will be in all our homes and hearts, and peace will prevail among the celestial bodies and all that exists in the universe. Let's especially be mindful of using our knowledge to serve peace, so that peace permeates everything and everyone, so that peace abides in all the worlds. May that true peace come to us, and may forever be peace in the peace. That peace we truly wish wholeheartedly, and for that peace together we live. At this very moment, for the people and nations of the earth, may not even the names disease, war, famine, or suffering be heard. Rather may their moral conduct, merit, wealth, and prosperity increase, and may good fortune and well-being always arise for them. My single prayer is, may all sentient beings have happiness and love, the cause of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and self-grasping, the cause of suffering. I hope you will keep this dear to your heart, as this is the essence of all happiness in these and future lives. This is the essence of all spiritual teachings. You can cross Buddha, you can just say spiritual teachings. If you have love in your heart, even those who hate you eventually will be your friends. Your actual enemies are hatred and jealousy in particular. Outer enemies are a temporary illusion arising from a deluded thought. This thought is impermanent. Thoughts come and go. Thus, if you do not let go of love, the anger in others will eventually diminish. If you love others, you wish for their happiness. As our minds are one, if you love others, it will pervade their mind, and they will thus feel happy. Love is the only cause of happiness. Its nature is all-pervasive like space. Love is the sunlight of the mind. And then rub your hands. And do some light tapping on your head, the face, and then on the arms. And then on the chest. The back. You can rub the back. You could do the same thing rubbing instead of tapping, whatever works better for you. Rub your legs, your knees, and your feet. And then just shake a little bit. And inhale. And exhale 3 times. And then collect all these exquisite practice, all these exquisite feelings, all these exquisite motivations, intentions. Collect it as a jewel, like a beautiful inner sun, inner jewel behind your navel. and activate the motivation that from there throughout the day it just keeps radiating. Any time of the day you need a bit extra juice for whatever you're doing, mentally, physically, smile to that pearl and it will give you like a dose of happy. Wonderful. So